Imagine the year 1907, a time when luxury and speed coalesced into the RMS Lusitania. This grandeur vessel was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. A marvel of Edwardian engineering, the Lusitania was built to astound and captivate, and it did just that. Picture a ship of such scale and grandiosity that it dwarfed everything else on the horizon. The Lusitania was a titan of the seas, stretching nearly 800 feet from bow to stern, and rising 9 stories above the waterline. Her 4 towering funnels, a signature of the Cunard Line, stood as proud sentinels against the sky, a testament to the power within. Yet the Lusitania was more than just an engineering marvel. She was a floating palace, a world of opulence and elegance that seemed to defy the very laws of nature. Her interiors were a testament to the Gilded Age, resplendent in mahogany and gold leaf, teeming with crystal chandeliers, grand staircases and luxurious staterooms. This was a ship designed for the elite, a vessel that catered to the tastes of tycoons, dignitaries and celebrities. But the Lusitania's role extended beyond the realm of luxury. She was a vital artery that connected the United States and Britain. On her decks, business deals were struck, political alliances were forged, and cultural exchanges took place. She was a microcosm of the age, a melting pot of ideas, people, and ambitions. Underneath her opulent veneer, the Lusitania was a powerhouse. Her engines, a marvel of engineering for their time, propelled her across the Atlantic at speeds that other ships could only dream of. She was the greyhound of the seas, a symbol of speed and efficiency that set the standard for transatlantic travel. A beacon of human achievement, the Lusitania was a testament to the audacity of its era. Yet, as we will soon discover, this symbol of progress and human achievement would become a tragic emblem of a world on the brink of war. Beneath the surface of the Atlantic, a deadly game of cat and mouse was unfolding. A world at war, invisible to the eyes of many, was about to manifest itself in a most dreadful way. The year was 1915. World War I was in full swing, the world's superpowers entangled in a conflict like no other. The British Empire, a titan of the seas, had imposed a naval blockade on Germany, aiming to strangle its war effort. This blockade was not just a line on a map. It was a tangible, suffocating grip, cutting off Germany's lifeline of vital supplies and resources. The blockade was a weapon of war, designed to cripple an enemy without firing a single shot. Yet it was a weapon unseen by the world, its effects felt only by those it was designed to subdue. In response, Germany unleashed its own invisible weapon. Its U-boats, the predators of the deep, were given a chilling directive: unrestricted submarine warfare. No ship, regardless of its origin or purpose, was safe from the threat lurking beneath the waves. These silent hunters prowled the Atlantic, their periscopes the only hint of the lethal danger they posed. The Atlantic Ocean, once a symbol of exploration and adventure, had become a battleground. An unseen war was being waged beneath its surface, its waves hiding a deadly dance of predator and prey. Ships like the Lusitania were pawns in this lethal chess match, their passengers unaware of the deadly game unfolding beneath them. The Lusitania, a marvel of human achievement, a symbol of luxury and speed, was about to be drawn into this unseen war. Its passengers, blissfully unaware, were sailing towards a rendezvous with history. The Lusitania, for all its grandeur, was just another piece on the vast chessboard of the Atlantic, its fate sealed by the ruthless calculations of war. A lethal chess match across the vast chessboard of the Atlantic, unseen by the passengers of the Lusitania. The stage was set, the players in place. The tragedy was about to unfold. The unseen war was about to reveal its horrifying face. The sinking of the Lusitania was not just a tragedy, it was a stark reminder of the ruthlessness of warfare and the innocent lives caught in its deadly embrace. May 7th, 1915, began like any other day aboard the Lusitania. Passengers were enjoying the ship's luxurious amenities, oblivious of the looming danger lurking beneath the waves. The ship was nearing the end of its transatlantic voyage, with the Irish coast in sight. The mood was light, the ocean calm. The Lusitania's captain, William Thomas Turner, was an experienced seaman. He had navigated these waters many times before, but on this fateful day his experience would be tested like never before. Just after lunch, at around 2 in the afternoon, a German U-boat spotted the Lusitania. The submarine's commander, Walter Schwieger, made the fateful decision to attack. A torpedo was launched, leaving a deadly wake as it sped towards the unsuspecting vessel. The torpedo struck the Lusitania on the starboard side. The impact felt throughout the ship. Simultaneously, a mysterious second explosion from within the ship rocked the Lusitania, causing it to list heavily to the side. Panic ensued. The once serene vessel was now in chaos. As the ship began to sink, the crew scrambled to launch lifeboats, but the Lusitania's severe list made it nearly impossible to lower them. Some lifeboats capsized, others fell into the sea, adding to the confusion and terror. Meanwhile, passengers struggled to find their way to the deck. Their luxurious voyage turned into a nightmarish struggle for survival. The grand staircases, once symbols of elegance and opulence, were now pathways to survival. Children clung to their parents, the elderly were helped by strangers, and everyone, regardless of class or nationality, faced the same terrifying fate. Their struggle was a poignant reminder of our shared humanity in times of crisis. In a matter of 18 minutes, the pride of the Atlantic was claimed by its depths. The Lusitania, once a symbol of human ingenuity and luxury, lay at the bottom of the sea, a tragic testament to the ruthlessness of war. Amidst the chaos and horror, stories of courage and sacrifice emerged. As the Lusitania faltered, those on board were forced to face their worst fears. Yet, in the heart of this maritime catastrophe, the human spirit shone through. Consider the case of Second Officer Percy Hefford, a seasoned mariner. As the liner listed dangerously, Hefford's training kicked in. He worked tirelessly, helping women and children into lifeboats, ensuring they had a chance at survival. His actions that day saved countless lives, a testament to his bravery and dedication to duty. Then there was the story of the Vanderbilt family. Alfred Gwynne Vanderbilt, a wealthy American businessman, was among the passengers on the ill-fated voyage. When disaster struck, he gave his life jacket to a young mother, sacrificing his chance of survival to save another. His selfless act has been immortalized in the annals of maritime history. Among the survivors was a young girl named Audrey Pearl. Just 4 years old at the time of the sinking, she was traveling with her parents and siblings. Her father, who had been playing with her in the ship's nursery when the torpedo struck, managed to get her onto a lifeboat. Audrey's recollections of the tragedy provide a haunting account of the sinking from a child's perspective. She remembered the kindness of strangers, the confusion, and the overwhelming noise. Her story reminds us of the innocent lives impacted by the tragedy. There were many more stories, each one a testament to the courage, resilience, and humanity that emerged amidst the chaos. Cooks, stewards, engineers, passengers from all walks of life, they all played their part in the struggle for survival. Their actions, their sacrifices, and their stories form an integral part of the Lusitania's legacy. In the face of unthinkable tragedy, the human spirit persevered. These stories from the Lusitania's final hours serve as poignant reminders of our capacity for courage, selflessness, and resilience, even in the darkest of times. The sinking of the Lusitania reverberated around the world. A shockwave of outrage and sorrow swept across nations, echoing in the hearts of millions. The Lusitania, once a symbol of human achievement and a testament to the progress of the early 20th century, was now an emblem of war's cruelty. The world reacted with disbelief and indignation. Newspaper headlines screamed of the tragedy, inked with the despair of over 1,000 lost lives. Political cartoons painted stark images of Germany's unrestricted submarine warfare, stoking the fires of public outrage. A sense of unease settled over nations, a chilling reminder of the escalating horrors of the Great War. In the United States, the tragedy struck a particularly poignant chord. The Lusitania was no military vessel. It was a civilian ship carrying hundreds of American passengers. The sinking was not just an attack on a ship, it was perceived as an attack on humanity itself. Public opinion in the United States, which had largely advocated for neutrality in the war, began to shift dramatically. The sinking of the Lusitania was seen as a blatant violation of maritime law and a direct affront to American lives. The once distant war was now on their doorstep, and calls for action grew louder. The incident played a significant role in shaping American sentiments towards the war. While it wasn't the sole reason, it certainly contributed to the United States' decision to join World War I in April of 1917, nearly 2 years after the Lusitania's sinking. A nation that had initially hoped to remain an observer was now a participant, drawn into the fray by the echoes of a single torpedo. The Lusitania's sinking was more than a maritime disaster. It was a catalyst for change, a turning point in the public's perception of the war. The tragedy reminded the world of the high stakes of the conflict, of the real human cost hidden behind political maneuvers and military strategies. A single torpedo had managed to shake the world. The echoes of the past continue to remind us of the profound impact of warfare on innocent lives and the course of history. Beyond the headlines and the shock, the Lusitania left a lasting legacy. The sinking of this once majestic liner sent shockwaves through international maritime law. In the wake of the Lusitania's tragic end, the conduct of submarine warfare came under intense scrutiny. The brazen attack on a civilian vessel sparked outrage and led to significant changes in the rules of engagement at sea. The concept of cruiser rules, which dictated that passenger ships should be warned and evacuated before being sunk, was brought to the forefront, highlighting the stark reality that in times of war, even the most fundamental human principles can be cast aside. This tragic event also served as a chilling introduction to the concept of total war. In a total war, as World War I would come to be known, the lines between combatants and non-combatants blur, and the entire resources and population of a nation are mobilized for the war effort. The sinking of the Lusitania was a stark example of this, as a civilian ship became a casualty of military strategy. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the Lusitania is its place in our collective memory. The ship, in its grandeur and tragic end, has come to symbolize the innocent lives lost in the unforgiving theatre of war. Memorials dedicated to the Lusitania and her passengers can be found around the world, from the old head of Kinsale in Ireland, where a lighthouse stands as a beacon of remembrance, to the Merseyside Maritime Museum in Liverpool, where artifacts from the ship are on display. Cultural depictions too keep the memory of the Lusitania alive. She has been immortalized in literature, film and art, serving as a potent reminder of the human cost of war. So as we reflect on the legacy of the Lusitania, we are reminded of the profound impact warfare has on innocent lives. The lessons learned from this tragedy continue to resonate, shaping our understanding of conflict and its consequences. In the silence of the deep, the Lusitania continues to speak, a poignant reminder of the human cost of war.